What's good, everybody? It's Fox Roberts. We're back with Look Good, Feel Good series. I got my boy, Brandon Greer, MYBOYB.
Hey, what's going on, Dad?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Good. Now, when I think of MYBOYB, he's always working, and he's someone that I look up to because he's a content creator. He's just a creative individual, and that's inspiring to me. So just talk about first question, like what inspires your creativity?
You know what? To be honest, it's a culmination of a couple of different things. I'm really into like visual arts.
Yeah.
So I've kind of always used the kind of different medias of just paintings and drawings and different stuff. But I've always been attached to like the street life. I've always been attached to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the same time, I've always been a traveler. So I've always kind of like doing different things, seeing different things, and kind of just inspired by the world itself as a whole. And the culture itself is cool, really cool.
Before we started this interview, we were talking about how you just transformed some of the outfits that you have. So he don't just go to the store. He goes to the store and then buys clothes and make the clothes better. So like, just talk about like you seeing you see things differently. Like you don't just get how it is. You want to make it something that's yours.
Exactly. You can transform anything into anything else. Like people have to understand that sometimes things can be outside of the box. Like this was literally a long sleeve shirt. This was something from a Levi collection like a minute ago. So I was just rocking it, I'm saying, throughout the years. Yeah. And then I was just like, nah, it just needs like a transformation. Needed something in there. So just the beginning of it, just hacked the sleeves off. Yeah. Put those on there, gave those like a quick roll, and I'm ready to meet up with the homegirl, and she's just gonna just slide some nice thread in between. So now this is a short sleeve.
That's what's up.
With pockets and a hood. Oh yeah, it's just.
I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna start doing that. Just taking what I got and just making it look even better in my eyes. Right. And then talk about the hat, because I want to do a quick shout out to Iron Root. You already know. Got the Iron Root hat, and talk about what you did with that one too.
Yeah, this was a nice little collab that we did for July 4th. So we got a nice little distress to it. So he has the nice little pieces in there, but then he added the flag in here. So I have nice little distress pieces just so you can see in between. Added the nice little the paint on like the corners so you can add like the nice little details. So it was something that we did. It was a nice little exclusive thing. We made 10 of them. But I was like, only condition is we gotta make 11 so I can get one. We gotta make sure so I can scoop one up.
And you just, like you said, you've been collaborating with just other creative people.
Exactly.
Just doing your thing. I like that.
So he already had something I was a fan of. And he was already a fan of the aesthetic that I kind of put out there from the streets. And he was just like, I love this. Let's do something. And I was like, yeah, let's do something real quick. We didn't have to help about it real big. Let's make something small and start there.
I want to plug your website, too, if you want to plug your website.
Oh, yeah,
right
man.
Now.
This is MYBOYB, MYBOYB.com. You can at MYBOYB for all the social networks. I'm right in there making some cool stuff day in and day out.
All right. And then on your website, you're just breaking it. It's like you say photojournalist, director, and I believe it was...
as a designer.
And designer. Yeah. So let's just break it down, all three of those. So as a photojournalist, what do you do? I know it's geared towards fashion a little bit, so yeah.
You know what? When I really started to kind of get into the journey of really kind of messing with photography and getting to the art form of that, I don't know, there was something about getting a collection of photos and really telling a story as necessarily as opposed to just getting one, but I was just connected to the essence of all of them. Okay. And I saw that there was forms of artistry within them. There was things that were meant to be captured. There were things that were not, but it still continued on to a story. So I really connected to that. So I kind of turned into like more of a journalism type of thing than just kind of capturing just the one picture. And then as a director, I mean the shows, I was kind of turned into more of an event producer, kind of getting out there on different aspects from gallery shows and fashion shows and different visual things. But then as a designer, because I actually started as a graphic designer. I just started making stuff on the computer. I was coming up with different pieces, and then people liked them. They're like, oh, make me a logo for this, and add some stuff for my website for this, and then it just kind of just grew, and then I just, it just continued on, and I started making my own stuff, and coming up with characters, coming up with different pictures, and I would blend the two together, and it just kind of just grew out of there.
Before you said the word artist, and I feel like majority of people would think like artist and like just either you're a musical artist or you're like a painter artist or something like that. But talk about what you think the definition of being an artist is, in your opinion.
It's honestly, it's a it's an outlet for your expression. So there's different ways to to express not only how you feel, but it's also how you think. It's also about how you attach to things, and it's a culmination of feelings and attachments. But like, you know, art forms can come out best for people differently. You know, sometimes people can't describe what they say or what they want to say, but yet they can paint a picture or take a picture. And this picture, this photograph is actually representing everything that they want to say. And it can go the other way. And so I think so people can kind of work with, as an artist, is trying to capture that in between of what you're trying to put out, as far as a feeling, as far as a thought, as far as an idea, as a concept, for whatever.
Now, how old are you?
28.
So at 28, I feel like I get the feeling that you kind of understand what your vision and where you're trying to go. But I know like maybe like 8 years ago, you just had it. I know
4 years ago.
4 years ago, you just had this vision, but it's just so many thoughts and you can't put it together. Just talk about how like you've grown from just having all these ideas and now actually putting it and piecing it together.
To be honest, just trial and error. Straight up. Like, I've tried so many different things. I mean, I tried a clothing line, a clothing brand, when I was fresh out of ASU, actually. You know what I'm saying? Give a quick shout out. But I was fresh out, and I came up with an idea of wanting to do something and use my graphic design skills and kind of do something. And then it failed, like completely failed. I tried to do some stuff with it. I tried to work with it. It just didn't work at all. But yeah, I learned so many things from it, and not only in design aspects from what I do, but then also how I present it, how I put it out, how people are actually reacting to it, taking that into consideration and how I did things and how I put things out as a product. So then it just kind of continued on in all of my projects and all of the things I've done with other people. It's just taking those experiences and using them elsewhere. So now it's just like, man, I thought this was a good idea. I wanted to do something like this and thought it was cool, but it didn't turn out to be. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just take out. It's like, man, I really like this though. There was a certain aspect that I loved and I could do it every single day. Now turn that into something I can do every single day and turn that into a hobby and then turn that into a job and turn a career. And you can continue on. Once you find that thing that really sparks like an interest outside of actually, you know, being paid for it and actually just doing it. I appreciate it.
MYBOYB, give your plugs so people can find you.
It's at MYBOYB everywhere. I'm about to reface MYBOYB.com. I got 3 shows coming up. Keep in tuned. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good winter.
Hey, this man comes up with dope content. He's a creative person. Make sure y'all follow him. And I thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to catch you next time.
I appreciate that.